Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
What? What happened?
No. I went to take the call on my laptop instead. Okay, now?
Yeah, it sounds okay,
Okay.
but muffled. I don't know what you're using now.
I'm using the Creative Orvana Trio, I
Hmm.
think.
Hmm. Yeah, that wired one which my wife has taken over.
Oh,
Hmm. It's a bit muffled lah, but it is what it is. Like it is the little microphone on the wire. That's yeah, but it's definitely more secure than wireless.
yeah, at least you won't drop out.
Yeah, nowadays you got to be careful about using wireless microphones because or headphones even because your phone or whatever device you're using is probably going full tilt um, due to the Trace Together app. So I found that my wireless stuff tends to drop out sometimes when I go into target rich environment. So the Bluetooth's all wonky now because of that. That's my
Really?
experience. Yeah,
I didn't realize that the app still takes up so much juice.
it
Of,
does. The interrupts, it's not just the app, I suppose. When you enter a gantry,
mm,
there's all reading going on and there's a lot of information being exchanged. So it may overwhelm the Bluetooth of your phone and then you might lose
um,
connection to your headphones. So that happens to me sometimes. Less so now, but there was a period of time I just kept getting dropouts on my headphones. So I try not to take calls on my wireless headphones if I can help it.
okay.
Or on the road lah, when I'm walking around. Or I
Yeah.
find a secure place and then move to the corner. But yeah, what have you
Hmm.
been doing? Teaching ah?
No, not much teaching. I've got a lot of I don't know. This self-employed person grant, so that the NEC has put out. So I'm trying to do something with Sean. Uh,
Oh.
write a short kind of film, adapt it from a previous grant application that we didn't get,
Mm,
and then
mm.
two other working with two other groups, more like supporting artists and stuff like that. So putting in some ideas.
Hey, you're
Uh,
flipping. Are you playing with a wire or is there a
no,
fan
I'm not
blowing?
doing anything. I'm just standing here and talking.
But is there a fan blowing at you?
Not in the,
Got
not nearby.
a lot of flipping, flip, flipping. See,
I'm not. I'm not prepping.
I can hear the flipping again.
Uh, really?
Yeah, there's like some interference, thudding sound. Can't be me, cause I'm totally still. I even turned off the fan in my room. It's a bit warm because of that, but like, I don't, I don't think it's me.
No lah, it can't be you lah. Yeah, please lah.
I'm so, I'm so locked down in. If I could connect my phone, if I could call you over a wired connection, I would.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it can't be me. It's there's some flipping in your side, flipping
Still.
a little bit, yeah.
Ah, it
Mm.
just might be the cable itself.
Yeah, now that headphone has a
Mm,
noisy cable, and the minute you touch it, it will transmit the sound. So I actually stopped using it because of that. I gave it to my wife. She's requisitioned it anyway. Not that I gave it to her for her own purposes, but I have found that cable noisy, and it's not just for talking purposes. When
yeah.
I am listening to something and I'm walking, it will just go boop, 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 and it will transmit the sound into the earphones, and
Mm.
it drives me bananas. So yeah, it's the cable. It's very likely a cable.
But I have changed the cable on this. I bought another cable because the cable died.
Yeah, but it's that designer. They
Mm.
haven't fixed that problem. So the flip thing is if you're buying back the same type of cable, right?
Mm.
It will do the same thing. Speaking of earphones, Isaac already broke another one. Fortunately, it was an
Wow.
yeah. I said one side no sound. I'm like, oh man, teenagers and earphones. Yeah, lucky I didn't spend too much money on that one, but it was annoying lah.
That means he dropped it lah.
No, not drop. It's a wired. It was one of the Kos, the KOSS earphones that I bought. for him. And yeah, these guys plow through earphones and Bluetooth headphones like nobody's business. I just don't know how they destroy devices, not just earphones. They're very rabak when they use their things.
That's why their earphones cannot cost more than $40 or $30.
I think I'll change my mind already. I'm just gonna look for stuff that costs like $20.
Then buy 5 of it, right?
Yeah.
This is your earphone quota for 2 years.
Yeah. No point what. You buy the high-end stuff. And now he's using some Bluetooth thing that he bought for $30. He's been using these $30 no brand, don't know what brand, China brand Bluetooth earphones himself. And I think they are suitable for him because he goes through them so quickly. And I mean, if you buy a $300 one, it's just gonna die on him. And they use so much.
You can buy 10 of those.
I know. And sound quality is not that particular. They don't seem to mind. So, and the ones he bought for $30 seem to be quite good. I listened to some of them myself. Your wire is making noise again, dude.
Yeah?
You can't hear it yourself. I'm picking
No,
it.
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can hear it in my end.
So, okay, can you hear anything now?
No. Now, yes.
Now?
Yes. It's still bumping.
Okay. Now?
No.
Okay, I've just hung the wire over my ear.
Yeah, I think it's just the whole wire transmits sound no matter what you do. It's slightly better now, I suppose. But that goes to show you equipment very important. Right?
Also, nobody's ever told me that the wire is noisy. Because, who would tell you?
I would. Yeah. Maybe they thought it was them. When they're listening to you, they're going like, oh, maybe it's something to do with the internet. But, Brown doesn't let you off so easily. And also, I know the reputation for this wire, this particular creative Ovana earphones for noisiness in the cable. So that's why I'm giving you such a hard time. But because I heard it myself, but it bothered me so much I stopped using it. So funny, right? I was shooting the Kima video with the Pavo Tube 6C overhead, right? And it ran out of juice, I told you. I was telling Ark about it, and Ark said, you can power the thing with a USB-C power bank, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, forgot.
But then you'll have to run a long cable.
Yes. That is the thing. Then you have to find a long USB-C cable, run it from the light all the way down the light stand, and that defeats the whole purpose of using a portable light like that, right?
Or you find a way to keep the power bank.
Yeah, but then you go through all that trouble, you're just better off using a full-on video light with, MPF or V-mount batteries or even a power cable, and then be done with it, right? Because then you lose the flexibility. All these built-in batteries are supposed to minimize your mafan.
The footprint, right?
Yeah. But once you are adding all this stuff left, right, and center, it no longer becomes portable. So it's always a trade-off when you're using equipment that is portable, but then self-powered with batteries and all that. Then in terms of the longevity of the battery is always a problem. And when you're doing shoots, the last thing you want to fuss about and faff about is battery life. Lights going off. Here you're trying to deliver your lines and act and finish the shoot, and you're doing it yourself. That's even harder when you're doing self shoots. So you want that stuff to just work, right? So I kind of understand Ryan's obsession with using lights which have mains power. But they tend to be very bulky and all that. But in a limited space I'm working in, trying to find the ideal solution is hard. But it worked lah. I was done with very quickly, but it ran out of light on the last take.
But you already got
I got my take. I actually wanted to do a safety take, then the light went off. I was like, and I was too lazy couldn't be asked to go and find another light to replace it with. And I was thinking, okay, I got my take. Forget about the safety take. Yeah. I mean, I remember telling you, we are still looking for the ultimate portable lighting solution for videoing on the road. We haven't done anything on the road for a long time, and don't know when we're gonna travel again. So there's no urgency lah. But I'm always curious, lah, as you know, to see what's available outside.
The funny thing is that when we were about to take a trip,
Mm-hmm.
then it just
Yeah, right.
like the one time we're like, yeah, okay, we're going on a trip.
Yeah, we had an overseas shoot and everything, and then that was the start of circuit breaker, and we had to call off the entire thing, and that was exactly that one time when we got ready for our overseas shoot, we had to call it off. I mean, really, like, in a way, it was kind of good that we didn't go lah, but we were still angsting about 1 week before what to carry, what to pack, because it was just two of us on that shoot.
Yeah.
And it was 3 cities in 5 days. Right?
Yeah.
No joke. But that would have been fun. I think we should still plan for something, but now we are wiser, I suppose. We know what to bring already, or we have more gear available at hand. I mean, back then we were already quite ready to shoot. We had most of the things we needed, but now even in the space of a year, there's new gear coming out that's making it easier to just be portable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't bring the GH5. You probably bring the Sony.
Yeah, the Sony A7 probably, the Mark III, the A7S Mark III, yes. Maybe even the Fuji, but the Fuji you can't shoot long periods. The X100. It will overheat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still the Sony, very likely, if you want a proper camera for video. But yeah, I mean, camera is the least of your problems normally. It's the rest of the supporting equipment that video requires, that is the headache. That's why I enjoy watching those guys in vans, the adventure guy who goes out travels in a van with his whole damn family. Yeah. And you can see that he's pared down, and he's doing this for a living. He's shooting video for clients on the road, adventure-related businesses, and he's doing professional work. It's not all shot on iPhone or whatever. It's shot on proper cameras and lenses. And because he has to climb mountains and rappel down waterfalls with his gear, you can see that he has pared it all down, and he still runs a vlog on a frequent basis. So I admire people like that. They're making do with very little, and they've kind of pared it down to what works for them. Of course, if you're in a studio, it's a different setup, right? But that whole on the go thing, he's really sorted it out. I like just watching what he does with what he has. Yeah. Lighting himself in a little van, with a 20mm 1.8 Sony G lens. Not GM, G only.
The old one.
The older one, yeah. And then he because he's very close, he says, I'm literally sitting in front of my camera. His hand can touch the camera. So he wants to capture the van and himself. So he has to use a 20mm.
Right.
Yeah. Even the 24 was not wide enough. Yeah. Yeah, and he's lighting himself sitting in the van, and then he had to close the windows, cover the window with a black thing to keep the light out, so that he can light himself with a small little light that he uses with a soft box that he kind of jerry-rigged. It looks good. I mean, it goes to show you. And I always get impressed by people who make content with very little. I mean, iPhone is one of them lah. And we do that ourselves, but just to see the quality of work that's being created with what minimal gear they use is always very impressive. Like this van guy lah. Levi Allen is his name, in case our listeners want to go and check out his YouTube. But yeah, adventure videographers have their own, adventure vloggers, vloggers have their own challenges. Something that appeals to us too, because we also want to carry less. So every time you look at how they pack,
It's true, but I think we are also very spoiled because, I mean, the whole ethos of our kind of travel is not. I don't think the word adventure is in it. No,
no lah, but the principles are the same. If you just take the ideas that they use for their setup. And even though we are not climbing mountains, but we also, for me, sometimes when I'm overseas engagements and I'm shooting tech events, you want to be able to deploy quickly and, shoot quickly and get in and out. And you don't want to compromise lighting, you don't compromise sound. So
speed important.
Speed, speed. I saw that time I showed you the DSLR shooter, his rigging, his new rigging. And it's all about being able to snap things in and snap things off with NATO rails. And I thought that was a good build to be able to, modularly change things on his rig as and when he needs it. I think that's something that's worth looking into, which is what I've been doing also with my teleprompter rig that I sent you the other day. That I've been using quite extensively, right? It's pretty cute lah.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I decided to get it as well.
Yeah. Oh, the PT-15.
Yeah.
The Ulanzi
Yeah.
teleprompter. You bought it already or what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn you.
I'm chief poisoner. No, but it works, what, right?
Yeah. Because I'm going to be filming some stuff on my PhD final video and stuff, and then definitely need a prompter.
Right.
And
You're cutting off.
do everything myself. So, oh, really?
Cutting
That's so
off
weird.
a bit, yeah. That's internet related, I think, this one. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you bought the PT-15 already from ARC, from TK?
No, I just bought it online.
It's good.
Yeah.
What are you gonna hook up to it behind though? I mean, there's an iPhone option, but you're gonna hook up your Fuji XH1.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, probably my XH1.
That means you need to get the ring, the filter ring correct, lor. You're gonna slap it on the lens, right?
Yeah. So they have 77, right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. You probably need to support it, lah. You gotta find a magic arm to hold it up a little bit. I'm a bit worried about resting all that weight on the lens because you're parking the teleprompter. You're basically screwing on the teleprompter onto the light on the lens mount on the lens itself. So all that weight is being borne by the lens and the body of the camera where the lens connects.
Yeah.
So it's different from my setup because I use a very light X100V camera and then I use a magic arm to hold it up against the hole of the teleprompter. But when I use the Sony, I get very nervous. So I mounted the teleprompter onto the lens, screwing it on. But I still use an arm to hold the teleprompter up a bit more to give it more support. Because you're resting a phone and all that onto the thing as well for the text.
Yeah.
So you got to look at that. You got to make sure that, depending on what lens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want the damage.
Yeah, and I don't really have any small cam. Oh, maybe just maybe the X70. Haha.
Cannot lah.
No, you want proper video, at least the XH1.
The X70 video, the Fuji X70 video cannot make it. I tried it already. Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, the other option is just an iPhone. Shoot with the iPhone.
Can also. Depends on your needs lah. What I don't like about this teleprompter only is that I find the plasticky bits a bit flimsy, especially the spring parts where you're supposed to put the phone.
Oh.
Those don't inspire my confidence. I don't like those. I still like my little prompter which I jerry-rigged with proper small rig parts. But this one, a bit plasticky. So like so I had to find the smallest phone to use as the reader, teleprompter reader. Because my my 12 Pro Max was too big. I really stretched the spring when I put that in. I had to take out the cover. Yeah, but teleprompters are handy lah. I think nowadays, more and more people are using mini teleprompters. It used to be the thing for big broadcast companies to use, but now it's like available to the common man. And people are doing so many presentations now online.
And the price point is crazy.
Yeah, $50, $60 gets you something decent to use. So you can at least, it's not just for reading text lah, it's good for putting another phone there to do your call so you can look, I don't know, if you're able to connect a monitor onto that thing, then you can see you can talk directly at your at the people that you are speaking to, so it doesn't look like you're always looking off camera. Yeah, that's another useful. I haven't tried that yet, but I might mount that on my current video conferencing live streaming setup, and then find a way of putting a little monitor on the thing, then so I can see the participants and all that. Let's see whether that works. But yeah, useful. Yeah, but if you're doing presentations and you're doing videos for your PhD and all that, it's a worthwhile thing to get.
Yeah. And I think the iPhone quality honestly is enough for that.
Can also, yeah. If you slap that on, as long as you light yourself decently and you've got pretty decent lights at home, so
I also probably be shooting against a green screen, so I need to just get into
Oh, is it?
enough light.
Hi, I'm recording. Can I help you? Go outside the other one lah. This is what happens when you record at home and your wife is at home as well. Work from home, record from home challenges.
And so you go back to the office.
Well, I did a few times. I will. It has to happen. After HA after heightened alert is over
Well, you had all of phase 3 to go back. You didn't go back.
This is true. This is very true. I think I will go back as once we dismantle Mother Studio. We need that to move back to the office.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that's true.
We will. It's a matter of time. But yeah, I like my new setup. My teleprompter / Fuji X100 setup. The colors are lovely also when you finish shooting it.
Yeah.
So portable. Yeah. I'm going to try with the Sony A7 and S3 next.
The portability is really something you can't get it with the A7 S3 because your lenses are a bit
big,
larger.
Yes. This one is like I just lift up with one hand, my whole tripod, and it holds the teleprompter, the X100S, X100V, and the little monitor that I use facing me to see what I'm looking at, and the little mic on top. It's all there. It's very portable.
Amazing.
Yeah, actually I can put the whole thing onto in fact I think I can mount the entire thing on the slider and then I get a slider shot as well. It's quite funny. But A7S3 with the big lens is a bit heavier. It worked too but it's gonna be heavier. Yeah, it's a different way of mounting it. But I'm going to try both and see how it pans out. I mean, eventually we're going to use the A7S3 actually for more things. So, since we have the whole family of lenses now. But size, you know, the bigger the thing, the more complicated like your workflow becomes. And now, I mean, while I am not a minimalist in that regard, as far as gear is concerned, but I do feel that I want to see where I can build something more and more compact and less fussy. Right. So my goal continues. I'm always looking for something. So my house like a Sim Lim square like
that. You can start a gear rental.
Yeah, right. That's how it might actually end up being. But you know me, I don't even like to sell stuff, let alone rent stuff.
That's why when you say you sold your G3 and the lens, I was like, oh my God, it happened. It happened. You sold something.
I know, happened. Right? Yeah.
And you didn't even mean to. You just like posted something and then people started.
Yeah, I actually should put a bit more effort into trying to sell it. Sell the rest of my gear, but you know how lazy I am.
It could be like just post something like, by the way, I have a few things to sell. If you're interested, so here's the list. If you're interested, tell me what you want. Then I'll take a picture of that one and send to you. Because otherwise I won't be bothered to take every single picture.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I know that the whole exercise of selling on Carousel needs to be like you need to take pictures and all that, and I hate doing that. Maybe I just say this is
Yeah.
the stuff I have. If you're interested, I'll send
Yeah.
you a picture with my iPhone.
Yeah, and you can tell them, rest assured everything is in really good condition.
Yeah, my things always are pristine almost. Your internet is flicking out, man. I'm telling you right now. There's something wrong with your connection.
Really, yeah. I hear you go in and out, you know.
It's you. It's not me.
No, but I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, it's you.
As well.
Is your connection?
I don't know lah. I just changed my modem. You know, one of those free modems that you get, and it actually seems a bit flakier than the previous one.
There you go. Yeah, you changed your internet recently, right?
Not my plan. Everything remained the same.
No, it's the device you're using. It's probably giving you problems. I tell you this, I hate changing routers. Once you do it, the amount of testing you have to do to ensure the Wi-Fi connection is clean, there's no dead spots, and I suspect you're using you're not talking to me on your laptop, right? On your MacBook, right? See?
No, it's my phone.
Your phone, your Wi-Fi is probably giving you problems because you're using the phone. My phone, I'm solid because I got my Google Mesh is very steady one. I set up my Google Wi-Fi long ago, and I've stress tested this sucker. And even though sometimes I hate Google, I refuse to touch the system because it's working. So when you change to a new router,
right? Ethernet. You're on Ethernet, right?
On my laptop, yes, but I'm talking to you on my phone now, and I use wireless devices all the time. So the coverage must be... I can move from room to room and not lose connection. There's no dead spots in my house. It's because of the Google Mesh. You're not using a mesh system, right?
No, it's just I have an extender in the bedroom.
Okay, see, that's the thing I told you before. Extenders always interfere, half your bandwidth, and they don't work very well. So
I find the problem that I didn't have with the old modem was that it would switch from one network to the other seamlessly when I was like further in the house, especially in the kitchen, which is because my house has very thick concrete walls, right?
Yeah,
so
old house,
the signal was really shit in the kitchen. But the previous modem, I would get a full signal, especially since I put up the extender.
Router, you mean the previous router?
The previous router.
Yeah, see, you're fading in and out again.
Oh, it's this new router with the same extender. Wow, the same. It just doesn't work properly. It just can't switch, and it doesn't default to the 5G when I want it to. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to do.
What you need to do is to chuck the existing system, throw away your extender, and get a mesh system. Either get a Google Wi-Fi, Google Nest is what they call it now, right? Or you get a Linksys VLOP system, which works perfectly. I use that in my mom's house, and a couple of other brands, but like mesh. Old house, all the old HDB flats, especially mine, yours, the concrete walls are a pain, and you need to use a mesh Wi-Fi system to get a consistent signal throughout the house, and the handoff between the points, control points that they give you is seamless. What you are using is a bit of a hack. You're using an extender. Okay, first of all, data would drop in terms of the handoff between your router and the extender, and secondly, you lose half your bandwidth when you use the extender. So whoever's using the extender in that part of the house will have only half the bandwidth. This is just the way it works. Whereas mesh works differently, and I just gave up on. I have a gaming spec router in my storeroom right now. You want, I can give it to you, because I no longer want to use regular routers, even how powerful it is, because our houses, especially the old HDB flats, really do need mesh. You need one point at each point of the house, each corner, overlapping each other, providing seamless Wi-Fi. It's so good that I can even, my Apple TV is streaming 4K video without wires. My Apple TV box.
I actually could have gotten a Google Nest when I recontracted. I mean, just pay a bit more, but I didn't.
I
didn't think I needed it. But it was working fine. It was absolutely fine, really.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, this is shit. Maybe I should call them up and say, hey, this is shit. Can I change to a Google Nest?
You can ask. Upgrade to Google Nest. Because Google Nest is pretty reliable. You don't have any LAN points in your house either, right?
No, just the one LAN point, no?
Yeah, that's
No,
the
no
other
extra
issue lah.
one.
But yeah, even without LAN point, you just have one LAN point. Mesh is still going to be superior to anything you're using right now. My mesh is even reinforced by a landline. So in every room there is a fixed wire that is providing backhaul to my mesh. But yeah, your repeater is a problem, and your existing router is probably pretty shit.
The existing router, I don't know. Like I was asking the guy who came to install it. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely better than the old one." Then after using it for a couple, like, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed, like downloading speed, is okay.
It's the consistency,
and the connectivity. Like maybe when I was outside on my data line and you were talking to me before or something, it might have been better, the sound.
Maybe more consistent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
it. Angry.
It is it is a
but
problem.
thanks for that. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, look into it. I'll help you look out for anybody who might be upgrading their mesh. Sometimes people upgrade. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Once you get the thing up and running, you don't want to change it anymore. I don't even want to move house just for that. My Wi-Fi working properly. But I've got 3-4 routers in the storeroom now. Something from the free one that you get all the way up to professional gaming level one. And I refuse to use it already because I've done it, I've tested it, it doesn't work. I got dead spots. And I use repeaters myself before. I've tried it as well. I even tried power line repeaters. And for old houses, power line repeaters don't work because our wiring is old and unreliable, the electrical wiring. So it doesn't provide proper internet transmission also via the power lines. So old flats have all these problems. And also the super thick walls and the Faraday cage effect that kills Wi-Fi signals.
Yeah.
So far, I've tried everything. My Google Wi-Fi is the most consistent. And the other one that's at my mom's house, the Linksys Vlog.
Right.
But yeah, we live and we learn. Yeah, no wonder your signal in and out.
Yeah.
And it's not just this call. I'm quite sure that you've had dropouts at home.
Yeah. I was just, especially just the lack of signal, and then always having to what network is this on? Oh, I need to switch the network. It's like, why do I have to do this? It's like,
for me,
why am I going backwards?
Yeah, that's right. Well, the other one that's given away free by M1, I don't know what's your provider, but StarHub gave Nokia mesh devices. They're not great, but they probably work okay too. But those are the entry level ones.
Nokia My Republic, then you have to pay like additional maybe $14 a month for the Google Mesh.
Knowing you'll probably be able to go online and find somebody selling Google Nest cheaply, or stack some coupons to get it cheaper. Yeah, but your house will definitely benefit.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, why go and bother? And then if you are lucky, you might be able to sell off your current router for $50 or something. Actually, nobody buys them. They're so free now. Everybody gets one when they recontract.
That's why I'm like, what routers are kind of like quite
commoditized. They're free now, right?
No worth.
I got a few in my room, in my storeroom. I told you already, and I can't give them away. I don't know who wants. I suppose I can ask people, but the same thing, I'm just lazy to put it on sale or anything. But routers are very hard, unless it's a pro like gaming one that some people, hardcore gamers, want, and you sell it cheap. But the entry level ones that they give with the recontract, nobody will buy from you, because they recontract, they get it already. And it's not, but you might want to look for Google Nest on people who are upgrading. Some people are upgrading to really high end Wi-Fi 6 devices. So that one they'll be offloading quite cheaply. Get a 3-piece one. Not 2-piece, not enough. Your house need 3. One in the living room, one in the bedroom, and one in the kitchen.
Actually, the bedroom can power the kitchen already. It works quite well.
But yeah, mesh. Go and look. Go and hunt. Use your internet shopping skills that you are renowned for. But Wi-Fi don't work, very frustrating, I tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go forth and find it. Good chatting with you.